Hey there, it's day 4 of Vlogmas, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different because, to be honest, I'm just going to be listing toys. So, stuff like this, little dudes like this. So, from the news of Yodel potentially collapsing last night I was doing some research and using some new software. I have created this podcast, and if you like it, I could do more of them. But check this out. There's just going to be an image and some audio talking about Yodel and potentially why all this has happened. So I hope this interests you, and I'll jump in at the end, have a quick chat, and yeah, let me know what you think.
All right, so today we're diving into the world of Yodel Direct, a UK parcel delivery service. We're going straight to the source for this one, their website. And right off the bat, something's a little off. There's a banner front and center saying they're temporarily not accepting new bookings, not for drop-offs, not for the collections, nothing. Have you ever seen a delivery service do that?
Not that I can recall.
Right. Makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes. We'll dig into that a bit later. But first, let's see what Yodel Direct is all about when they are operating. One thing that jumps out is how much they emphasize ease and convenience. They've really thought about the user experience, even down to the visuals. For example, when they explain parcel size limits, they actually use a kitchen countertop as a reference point. Like the longest side can't be taller than your countertop. It's oddly specific, but I kind of love it.
It's definitely a unique way to illustrate it. In a market as crowded as parcel delivery, Yodel Direct needs to differentiate itself by focusing on user-friendliness and making everything crystal clear. They're removing potential barriers for customers and, hopefully, building trust.
Okay, that makes sense. So they have these clear weight categories up to 1 kg, 1 to 2 kg, 2 to 5 kg, and then anything over 5 kg. They give examples for each, like video games and books for the lightest, then laptops and game consoles as you go up. But here's my favorite part. They actually suggest using your bathroom scales if you're unsure about the weight.
That's hilarious, but it's actually really practical. Declaring the accurate weight is so important for a smooth delivery process. It affects pricing, of course, but also how the parcel is sorted, handled, even the type of vehicle used for transport. Getting it wrong could mean extra charges, or even delays if the parcel needs to be rerouted.
Wow, I hadn't thought about all those implications. It's amazing how much goes into something we often take for granted. So it seems like Yodel Direct caters to both individual senders and businesses. They have options for sending multiple parcels and even something called bulk uploads. What exactly does that entail?
Bulk uploads are a lifesaver for businesses, especially those dealing with a high volume of shipments. It basically lets you upload details for multiple parcels at once. Using a spreadsheet or similar format saves a ton of time compared to manually entering information for each package.
So it streamlines the whole process. And they've even integrated their system with major e-commerce platforms, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, even website builders like Squarespace.
Smart move. Those integrations are a clear sign they're targeting online businesses. Makes it seamless to connect your shop and manage shipping directly through those platforms. It's a compelling proposition.
Yeah. It's all starting to add up, this user-friendliness, the integration with e-commerce, the attention to detail with weight categories. It really makes that temporary booking halt even more puzzling. What could be so disruptive that they had to take such a drastic step? Okay, let's put a pin in that mystery for now and move on to the actual delivery options. They offer door-to-door collection, which is pretty standard. But they also have this option to send parcels to a Yodel store for pickup. They mentioned having thousands of stores across the country open 7 days a week, early until late, which sounds pretty convenient.
Yeah, offering both options is a good strategy. It caters to different needs and lifestyles. Some people prefer the ease of home delivery, while others value the flexibility of picking up a parcel on their own schedule, highlighting the wide availability and extended opening hours of their stores. Further emphasizes convenience and accessibility.
And it looks like they have a customer reward scheme, where frequent senders can save up to 10%. It's a pretty decent incentive.
It is, and it suggests they're trying to build loyalty among their customer base. Could be particularly attractive for small businesses who regularly send parcels.
Speaking of making things easy, they also have this print and store option. Basically, you can buy your shipping label online and then just have it printed for free when you drop off your parcel. I bet that comes in handy for people who don't have a printer at home.
Definitely. It's another example of how they're trying to remove friction from the process. Little things like this can make a big difference in attracting and retaining customers. It also shows they're thinking about accessibility, catering to a wider range of users.
Now let's circle back to that elephant in the room. That banner announcing the temporary halt on new bookings. It really is unusual, and it raises a lot of questions about what might be happening behind the scenes.
You're right. It makes you wonder if this focus on convenience and user-friendliness has come at a cost.
Ooh, that's interesting. You're thinking there might be some trade-offs involved? Tell me more.
Well, think about it. Yodel Direct has positioned itself as the super convenient, user-friendly option. But that level of convenience often requires complex logistics, a massive network, and a lot of moving parts. What if they've hit a snag somewhere in that system?
Okay, so let's play detective for a minute. What are some of the most likely culprits in a case like this?
One possibility is a surge in demand that they simply weren't prepared for. Could be seasonal, tied to upcoming holidays, or maybe they've had a sudden influx of new customers and their infrastructure can't keep up. Remember, they cover every postcode in mainland UK, so that's a huge area to service.
Right. Maintaining that kind of network and ensuring smooth operations can't be easy, especially if there's a sudden spike in parcel volume.
Exactly. And let's not forget the ongoing challenges facing the entire delivery industry. Staffing shortages are a major concern. Finding and retaining qualified drivers and warehouse workers is tough, especially when the work is demanding and often involves long, unpredictable hours.
It's a tough job, no doubt. And it's easy to forget that without these essential workers, our entire economy would grind to a halt.
Right, so if Yodel Direct is struggling to recruit or retain staff, it could definitely impact their ability to handle the workload.
Now, you mentioned external factors earlier. Could things outside Yodel Direct's control also be playing a role in this booking halt?
Absolutely. Think about fuel prices. They've been fluctuating wildly recently, and transportation costs are a major expense for any delivery service. A sudden price hike could put a real strain on their operations.
That's true. And what about things like extreme weather events or major road closures? Those can throw a wrench in the best laid plans, right?
Precisely. A delivery network relies on predictability and smooth movement. Any unexpected disruption can have a domino effect, leading to delays and backlogs.
Wow, listening to you break it down, it's amazing that these delivery services function as well as they do. There's so many factors at play, so many potential points of failure.
It really highlights the complexity of what goes on behind the scenes. We click buy, expecting a package to magically appear at our doorstep, but there's a whole intricate system working tirelessly to make that happen.
So considering all these potential factors, it seems like pinpointing the exact reason for Yodel Direct's temporary halt is pretty difficult without more information from the company itself.
That's right. It's all speculation at this point. But what's fascinating to me is that even this temporary pause reveals something deeper about the state of the delivery industry as a whole.
Oh, tell me more about that. What are you seeing?
Well, Yodel Direct isn't the only delivery service facing challenges. We've seen similar disruptions across the industry in recent years. This suggests that there are some fundamental shifts happening, likely driven by the relentless growth of e-commerce.
So the demand for delivery services is outpacing their ability to scale up and adapt. That's a bit worrying, isn't it? What happens if this system can't keep up?
It's a question worth pondering. It could lead to higher prices, longer delivery times, and potentially even a decline in service quality. This temporary halt by Yodel Direct might just be a small symptom of a much larger trend.
Okay, so maybe this deep dive isn't just about understanding one company's website. It's about getting a glimpse into the future of how we get the things we buy.
Exactly. Yodel Direct's situation, while unique, offers a valuable case study. It forces us to think about the sustainability of our current model of consumption and delivery.
I'm starting to see how even seemingly simple things, like sending a parcel, are connected to much bigger economic and logistical trends. It's all quite fascinating, albeit a little unsettling.
It is fascinating, and it underscores the importance of informed consumer choices. The more we understand these systems, the better equipped we are to navigate them and advocate for positive change.
That's a great point. So before we wrap up, let's touch back on what stood out to you from Yodel Direct's website itself. Aside from that attention-grabbing banner, anything particularly noteworthy?
I think their commitment to user-friendliness really did shine through. Even with the booking halt, the website was clear, easy to navigate, and they used those quirky real-life examples, like the kitchen countertop for parcel size. That approach could really appeal to people who might find other delivery services a bit intimidating.
Yeah. And those integrations with e-commerce platforms are a smart move. Clearly trying to make life easier for online businesses, especially smaller ones who might not have dedicated logistics teams. It's all about streamlining that process, making Yodel Direct the obvious choice for shipping.
Right.
Like they've thought of everything, except Maybe whatever led to this whole booking freeze. Well, we may not have solved the mystery of the Yodel Direct shutdown, but I feel like we've uncovered something even more interesting: the hidden complexities of the delivery world, and how our online shopping habits are putting a real strain on the system.
Yeah, it's easy to take these services for granted. But as we've seen, there's a delicate balance at play. And disruptions like this temporary halt, while frustrating, can serve as a wake-up call. They force us to confront the bigger picture and think about the long-term implications of our choices.
What's the key message you hope our listeners walk away with today?
I'd say it's this. The next time you order something online, take a moment to consider the journey that package takes to reach you. Think about the people involved, the logistics, the resources consumed. Maybe, just maybe, that awareness will lead to more informed choices and a greater appreciation for the often invisible world of delivery services.
That's a powerful thought. It's so easy to get caught up in the convenience of online shopping, but we rarely stop to think about the impact it has on the wider system. This deep dive into Yodel Direct has certainly opened my eyes. We started with a website and ended up pondering the future of e-commerce. Who knew parcel delivery could be so thought-provoking?
It just goes to show that you never know where a deep dive will lead you. There's always something new to discover, even in the most seemingly mundane aspects of our everyday lives.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us on this journey. And until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those minds curious.
So what do you think? I mean, I think that's fascinating, really. I mean, they do go a bit in depth about just the website itself, but their breakdowns of the reasonings of why Yodel might be doing this, it's interesting. So yeah, if you like this kind of content, do let me know below. I could certainly do more of them. But that'll be for today for Vlogmas, just because it's going to be a day of pretty much boring listings. So I don't want to be doing another day of, hello, I'm going to the post office again. I'm listing again. So if you like this kind of stuff, so smash the subscribe button. And if you want to watch more like it, click on the video here. Bye for now.